Okay, so we've been talking about cultivating concentration, and we went through the 5 hindrances, and I want to now talk about what's called the 5 absorption factors. Okay, so as you are practicing concentration and reducing the 5 hindrances, you're at the same time strengthening the 5 absorption factors. When you've suppressed the 5 hindrances so that they aren't disturbing your concentration, then you've attained what's called serenity or shamatha, when that also brings a sense of physical and mental, it's usually translated pliancy. We just retranslated it. What term did we use? I can't remember. It was a better term than pliancy, but I remember the old term, unfortunately. I'll look it up. So it brings physical and mental pliancy and physical and mental bliss, and that is serenity or shamatha. And that's called the access concentration. You don't have the first jhana or first dhyana yet, but you have the access to it. And you've developed these 5 factors very well. But when these 5 factors are fully developed and the hindrances are suppressed, then you attain the first jhana. Okay? And so in talking about these realms, we have to talk about there's the desire realm, the form realm, and the formless realms. So these 3 are realms into which sentient beings are born, but they're also domains of consciousness. Okay? So we are currently in the desire realm. The desire realm and it's so called because the beings born in it are full of desire for sense objects. Anyone want to volunteer? We're just hooked on sense objects. So within the desire realm, you have the hellish beings, the hungry ghosts, the animals, human beings, the demigods, and then the 6 levels of desire realm gods. Okay? So these are all within the desire realm. Then you have the form realm. And the form realm, they have bodies of light, and there's 4 form realms. The first, second, third, and fourth. Okay, and they each have different subdivisions. So you get 17, I believe it is, altogether. And this is where beings like Brahma and so forth are born. Different kinds of worldly gods. Many of them are born there. Some are born in the 6 desire realm gods. Then above the 4 form realm absorptions, you have the 4 formless realm absorptions. Okay? And these beings are formless in that they don't have a physical aggregate, or according to Tantra, they have a very subtle one. But according to Sutra, they don't have a physical aggregate, and they just have the 4 mental aggregates. Okay? But all 3 of these realms, desire, form, and formless, are within cyclic existence. And you're born in the form and formless realms based on the degree of concentration that you have. Okay? So somebody can have a human body physically, and if they develop, very powerful concentration, not only serenity or shamatha, but if they actually enter the first jhana, then they're born in the human realm, but their mind, when they are in that deep concentration, is a mind of the first jhana. Okay? In other words, they have that level of concentration. And so then they can deepen their concentration and attain a mind of the second jhana, of the third, the fourth, and up through the 4 formless realms. Okay, the 4 formless realms, you have infinite space, infinite consciousness, nothingness, and then the peak of samsara, which is called neither discrimination nor non-discrimination. Okay, so those are the names of the 4 formless realms. So somebody can have a human body, but if they're very well trained in concentration, their mind, when they're in those states of concentration, can be at a different level, a different realm than what their body's in. But let's say somebody practices these deep states of concentration and with the intention to be born into them, not to attain liberation. Then if in this life they attain the level of concentration of the first jhana, then after death, by the force of that karma, which is called unwavering karma because it doesn't waver from the kind of rebirth it brings. It only brings rebirth in the first jhana. Okay, not in the second, not in the desire realm, anything like that. If somebody, let's say, accesses a higher or a deeper level of concentration, then that immovable karma or unwavering karma will cause them to be born in the future life in that actual realm, okay, where they're a being of that realm, whereas now they're a being in the desire realm. Okay, now of course they always say it's better to have a human body and then be able to access the concentrations, the absorptions on the basis of a human body, because if you're born into these higher realms, it's very easy, the bliss of the concentration is so seductive that it's easy to get stuck in it. Okay. However, there are people progressing on the level of stream enter and non-returner and once returner and arhat, as well as certain bodhisattvas that do get born in those realms. Probably more so the form realms, because the formless realms, you're really the mind is so subtle, the concentration so deep, that it's really very difficult to do any analysis and of the type that you need to do in order to realize emptiness. Okay? So that's just a lay of the land, and then I'll talk about these 5 jhanic factors in the next upcoming days. Yeah?
If you are on the bodhisattva path and develop these, is it surely through your intention and through your prayers of being reborn? I mean, how do you make sure you don't end up being born?
Okay, so if you're on the bodhisattva path, how do you make sure you don't wind up getting born there and then distracted by the concentration? You pray for a precious human life. You pray to never be separated from, Mahayana teachers. It depends a lot on how you dedicate. Okay, good. Yeah.
Would a desire realm being who attains, like, say, the 3rd jhana, when they go into that meditation, do they actually gain a light body temporarily? No. Well, okay, so the question is, when a human being goes into has a concentration of the 3rd jhana, do they temporarily gain a light body? No, they still have this body. Okay, but that's the difference between being born as a being in that realm and having a mind state in the domain of that realm. And can someone who's in, say, the 3rd jhana do 2nd jhana meditations?
Yeah, as far as I know, they can. Yeah. And actually, as people, especially the bodhisattvas, when you read about their concentration abilities, and even, like the people on the Hira and solitary realizer path, they learn to go through all these jhanas and then go back down them, and the bodhisattvas can go in and out of different stages, they say, at a finger snap. And I mean, we're just trying to, keep the mind on the object for, 2 seconds. But it's possible to develop the mind to the stages where you can go in and out of these stages very, very quickly. I mean, it takes a lot of practice. Okay.
Another question. The devas, that were described in Ajahn Mun's bio, for example, are those still form realm with very fine bodies?
I think the devas in Ajahn Mun's biography, I think most of them were the desire realm devas. Yeah, as far as I understand. There might have been some from the higher realms, but